A group of homeowners in Nanaimo were shocked recently when their BC Hydro bills suddenly jumped without any explanation. They initially assumed that their newly installed smart meters were malfunctioning. But as Kendall Hansen reports, there may be a more human cause.
When Jeff Hine recently opened up his hydro bill, he knew right away there must have been a mistake.
Something was wrong. Something was wrong. I knew we couldn't have over doubled our hydro bill. It was colder months, but we don't use electric heat, so.
His average daily consumption jumped dramatically, and when he called the utility to inquire, they asked him to go out and read the number on the side of his new smart meter. It was close to 300 kilowatts of power below what BC Hydro had charged him for.
The only thing that changed was the smart meter on the side of the house.
2 doors down, Bill Gross noticed the same thing on his BC Hydro bills. Electric consumption at his house and shop were significantly higher, but when he checked into it, BC Hydro had charged him more than the numbers on the meters, a story his other neighbors also shared.
The gentleman across the street, he said he's had trouble with his. He had a large bill for his shop. He said dramatically larger, and the same with his house. And one of the other neighbors up the end of the street, talking to him, he had the same problem. He noticed his right away as soon as it came in the mail.
BC Hydro says it's looking into the cluster of inaccurate readings along Miles Lake Road, and smart meters are not to blame.
Whether you have an analog meter, a digital meter, or a smart meter, those meters are still being read manually at this point.
Could this be the work of a disgruntled Accenture employee?
We're very happy with the work we're getting from the Accenture employees that are contracted to do the meter reading for BC Hydro.
In Nanaimo, Blaine Shuttler has also seen a dramatic increase of power consumption according to his bill.
I didn't know why all of a sudden our bill jumped from $89 to just under $300 from the same period last year.
Despite what a lot of people feel about the weather, it's actually been 9% increase in heating days. Last April we did have an 8% increase in the rate. So people should look not so much at their actual bill, but their consumption.
But Shuttler says that still doesn't account for the huge consumption increase on his bill when he's been using firewood as his primary heating source. BC Hydro says they will check into his situation. As for human meter readers, they will continue working until the smart meters start sending data remotely in 2013, which Hydro says will eliminate human error.